Blitzers, Nerfed Clan, hey, it's Ron, and welcome back to the channel. Been a little while since we've done a regular video rather than streaming, but we got a good one here worth watching with the Hound Braxton. He's tuning with TankeDestoryer660 in Naval Frontier. The tanks of choice today are the STB1, a terrific medium from the Japanese line, and the T22 uncatchable T22 Russian premium. One of the most weirdly trolled armored tanks in the game. You give up a little bit of gun handling from the T62 or the Object 140 and get in return basically the armor of a heavy. For those of you who haven't played it, it's worth playing. The rear armor is just ridiculous. The side armor, disgusting. Front armor is actually fairly normal, but it's just a great tank, and you're going to see why this tank is worth it. And also, this is a great game by both players. I don't remember their total damage, but I want to say it's around 8,000 or more. So Naval Frontier, you know, kind of a standard setup here. Braxton goes up top and immediately gets a shot. You notice the shot there on the T22. That's the one thing I don't like about the tank, is that the shots, it does not have the gun velocity, shell velocity of the T62 or the Object 140 for that matter. It does have very low, just velocity, which kind of arcs those shots. I miss more of those shots because of it than those two tanks, but again, you get a lot with it, and you still hit most of those shots. He is sniping at 250 meters. That's a pretty long shot. Gets spotted there, and the 183 is going to go in. Notice the 183 buff on the armor is making it a little bit harder. The pen on the T22 is also not terrific. But Braxton just sitting back right now and farming them. There's a VK90, which is going to be an important player in the game. Nice shot into the side of the VK90. Not a good way to play the VK90. That thing has got the, speaking of troll armor, incredible armor, just not on the sides when exposed like that. Braxton's still sniping and trying to get shots into the 183. His teammate is actually in a bit of trouble here, and Braxton just noticed that as well. Working on the waffle there, and Braxton pounds him with APCR. Couldn't slap him for HE potentially there. And there he goes, going to try to get one in there, and does. That was APCR still, okay. Gets one in there, and he's going to try to clear him here, and does, and bounces. An important shot. There is a T62A over there, which is going to have a hard time getting because he's hauled down. But Braxton does get them right in the side, just above the tread. So nice job there by Braxton. And then he resumes his position, do a little bit of farming. Tank 660 TankeDestoryer660 seems to be okay. The only thing that Braxton is got to realize is he is spotted here, and the other team went around, so I think he figured that out then. And then 660 does clear that guy, the waffle, and then somebody else clears the T54A1. So that went from like a 4-on-7 to 3-on-5, so better, just still not great. We have got, so the movement here in this game, the E75 is up ahead. He is going to go down. He's facing 2 or 3 tanks there. TankeDestoryer is going to really try to get a shot in. He gets an unbelievable shot to clear the T62A. But TankeDestoryer660 is a bit far out of reach there, and you can see he's being rushed by the FV4202, which is going to be hard. So Braxton is rushing over there, but quickly realizes he's got no hope because he's going to get shot in the side by this 60 TP, which is not going to work. He gets shot anyway, and he goes down. So at this point, when I was watching the replay the first time, I was just like, how? But you realize that the 2 other enemy tanks, other than the 660, have very low HP. Braxton made an interesting choice here. A lot of players would have gone over there and saved their teammate or tried to do something. I don't think he could do that. That's the challenge here. He's a one-shot for sure for this 60 TP, and you got to be careful. It's what he's doing is he's actually trying to basically hoping that TankeDestoryer660 is able to carry and hold those guys, and knowing that they're low shots. And then he's going to work this 60 TP, knowing that if he turns around, he could clear TankeDestoryer in a second. But in a one-on-one combat situation like this one, the T22's got tremendous advantage. You got the speed, you have the incredible armor and the turret, and he's able to clear him. Now, TankeDestoryer did just go down, but he was able to take down that 60 TP, and he's got some distance between himself and 2 one-shots. So it just gives him opportunities to work. I don't think they're, some of you may be watching this going, I would have done it differently. And that was, by the way, why you play T22, just a ridiculous bounce. Again, the side and rear armor of this tank, what he was essentially doing there I think it was accidental. I think the guy was spotted. It was basically reverse side scraping because the back end of this has got just patrol armor and it hit him in the lower back of the side. So again, you know, you could have played this differently. You could have attacked. You could have held TankeDestoryer660. But thanks to a lucky bounce or a good bounce, he's got this big VK90 down to a one-shot, obviously, and it's a one-on-one. I would take my odds on this one. And he's got heat loaded up. That's exactly right. I wish it was APCR. I hate heat in these kind of situations because you're just likely to hit the tracks or something else. But you got good pen in this with this. You got better spotting than the VK90. So what I think TankeDestoryer is doing here is trying to find him. He does get spotted, but he kind of knows where his enemy is, where he's going, and he's gonna keep an eye on that VK90. He can kind of predict where he's gonna go. He's gonna sit here and wait it out. This is the problem with the VK90. You see that there was literally nothing to shoot there. But take the shot. You've got a 5.3 second reload, and then I like this repositioning here. He knows he's going to come out. He's going to have to come out somewhere. And I think this was a smart play here to drive around. You know, you got a minute left. You got plenty of time, I mean, more or less. And again, he's going to spot the VK90 before the VK90 likely spots him. So he's going to have a second or two. And he's using the speed to get around there, knowing the sides of the VK90. And if he's not facing him, he's going to be able to easily shoot him. So it's one of those questions. And boom, he spots the VK90. VK90 sees him, has to turn, and he gets him in the ass. Beautifully done. Nice win there. Well played by the two guys as well. I love that game. Was a tough one. That was definitely a brawl. Didn't have a lot of help from any teammates, to say the least. But you see the overall damage by Braxton, 4852 with 4 destroyed, 6 damage, 2200 damage blocked. That is good enough for our Mastery Class 1. He actually made some credits, which maybe had a booster on, because I thought the T22 lost money. And TankeDestoryer660, bro, 4,500 damage. So together they did 9,300 or so in change damage. That is impressive. You can see the rest of their team just pretty much fell apart. And so the other team actually had a much more balanced game. So terrific game. Congratulations to the Hound and TankeDestoryer. Well done. And please sub to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Thanks.